I am Dr. Saira, and I want to talk to you today about something really, really exciting. And it's hard to talk about all of it because it's forming as we speak. The team at the Expansion Project has been working like tirelessly behind the scenes to get all the little pieces and all the little nuance, and our team is growing and stretching as we realize, like, whoa, this is big. It's something we're going to need a lot of hands on deck for. One of the things that I've been tasked with is kind of bringing some of this information to people who are in the mental health field and having a chance to really normalize that intersection point between psychology and mental health and energy work, and actually bringing those as working side by side as people are going through their healing process. So I want to tell you a little bit about my story and kind of how I came to this work, and then you can kind of see how it all fits together in the unfoldment. So if you've been watching these videos for a while, you know that I'm a therapist and I've been a therapist for many, like almost 2 decades, and I've been through iterations, right? Iterations of my practice. And the most recent iteration in my practice was that the whole thing fell apart. And I let a lot of things go, and something new was starting to emerge. Out of Dragonfly Wellness Center has come the Expansion Project. And so in the Expansion Project, we have our founding four, and we're the people, the four of us, who actually stepped in together to say, okay, we're being asked to do something here in the world, and it's big work, and we're going to say yes, and we're going to keep saying yes, and we're not necessarily always going to know what the next steps are, but we're going to do it together. And what's really neat in the last week, 2 weeks, well, probably over the last like few months, is that people have been coming forward and asking to be part of this and finding ways to join in. And so it's really exciting for the four of us to stretch and grow and welcome and embrace, more support. One of the insights, so there's four of us, and so each of us will get kind of different insights and different pieces of the puzzle. And one of the puzzle pieces that has come through really, really recently is around a new modality, a new therapy modality. And so that's really big. That's really, really big. And this new modality, the way that we're going to be bringing it and talking about it is, again, where we're normalizing that intersection point between psychology, the way it's been taught traditionally, and energy and healing in this maybe not as structured format that people when you think about energy work, sometimes it feels a bit like hard to kind of put your fingers on, or hard to kind of grasp. But there's a new framework that we're building that actually makes it really talk aboutable. It's easier to talk about. It's easier to understand. And what we're understanding is really that there's two states of being. Okay, so this is some information that came through in one of our founding members that got this information around. There's really two states of being. There's alignment and there's misalignment. Really just two states of being. And a lot of mainstream psychology does a lot of emphasis and work on understanding the misaligned state, which you can see how that would be maybe really interesting to the human mind, maybe really fascinating. Maybe we could take years and years and years exploring that. However, it doesn't do much to help us shift back into the aligned state, right? And so that's where this new modality and the new tools that are emerging help us to actually shift back into an aligned state with a predictable, repeatable way to do that. So what do I mean when I say aligned state? Okay. And I'm not going to give it all away today. We're going to be talking a little bit about this every week. I'm going to be sharing a little bit more as the nuggets become more clear for us. But some of the things that are already very clear in this, and what's been given to us, is this alignment and misalignment. So what does alignment mean? Well, each one of us has had an experience of alignment. And it could be it could look a variety of different ways. So it could be, hanging out with a friend and talking, and hours and hours and hours go by, and it's like, where did the time go, right? It could be a really profound mystical experience or spiritual experience where you feel at one with all there is. That same kind of experience may happen unexpectedly, like when you're, for example, walking in nature and you feel that awe and that stillness and that connection to everything. So the idea is that we're designed for these, to live in alignment, not just moments of it, but that's actually our design. And everything that's not that is comes out of a self-protection mode. So I'll talk more about that in weeks to come. Like, what is that self-protection mode? What does that look like? What's really exciting to me about this whole modality is that it helps us to not have to separate ourselves in the way that, mainstream healthcare has forced us to do, right? There's like a body over here and a brain over there and an energy body system over here that, you may or may not ever talk to your doctor about. Our physiology is somewhere, our psychology is somewhere, our energy, it's all fractured. And what's really exciting to me about this modality that we're being asked to bring into the world is we're just one thing, right? So this human mind body mechanism is actually beyond just a mind and a body. I'll talk more about that in the weeks to come. But this who I am is meant to be one thing. And through an integrated therapy, right, that addresses all the aspects of who we are, we can actually see incredible transformation in people. Not just healing the wounds from the past, but actually a transformation where you're living in that aligned state on a regular basis. So I have to acknowledge my colleague who's not here in this video, but you'll see him in our YouTube channel. So his name's Texas. And if you go into the YouTube channel, into the YouTube video, you'll see some podcast episodes with him and Faizan, another one of our founding members, having conversations about some of these, the spiritual and energetic based principles. So I kind of have the psychology background and training, and Texas has the energy work and the spirituality training and background, and so we bring those together. But if you want to hear more about those things, check out some of those videos where Texas talks about the energy piece, right, and how that links into wellness in a really structured way. So one of the things that we've been doing as a group of four is trying to give language to these very esoteric concepts, these concepts that are a bit hard to grab. And you'll be seeing, and we'll be talking about it as that becomes more available, as we get all the ducks in a row, you'll be seeing how it's actually not that complicated. It's quite simple. It's quite simple. And the framework allows us to simplify this human experience and then have a really predictable pathway back to alignment. So those are my thoughts today around, and I know I'm not giving you all of it. I know it's going to be like dripped out slowly as I get, more information, as our team gets more information. And as we get ready to offer this to the world, we'll be talking more about it. But I just wanted to give you a little sneak peek into this new modality that's coming, and a different way of looking at psychology and the human experience that's beyond just the brain and the body, right? That's beyond that actually includes who we are as energetic beings and spiritual beings. So that's my little teaser for today. Keep your eye out on these videos so that you can follow along as it unfolds. And like I said, check out some of the other videos that are showing up in our YouTube channel. Monique, who's one of the members of our founding four, she also has some teachings in there. Faizan's in there, Texas and me, so all four of us. And you can have like a little taste of all of our different flavors and what we're bringing as this gift to the world.